What's up, guys? Battery door keeps popping open on my bike and it's really starting to piss me off. After a little bit of investigating, I seem to find this is a common issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm talking about quick and show you how I'm gonna try to fix it. Now, this is a disclaimer. I did find this information on the internet and I picked the most simple, easiest one to do. There's tons of other videos like this, so if you're interested, you can watch them too. I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. Worst comes to worst, I replace them, but thanks for being a cheap ass, Harley. Alrighty, so if you didn't know, this is the battery door cover. Underneath this is obviously your battery, a bunch of wires, and this is what I'm having the issue with that a lot of people are. So let's find the problem. Now I don't know if you can see these, but Harley decided to cheap out and use these goddamn plastic clips. And as you can see, this one right here isn't even latched. So you push it in, they snap in. Now these weren't an issue for me until lately, and I feel like, well, I know the issue's getting worse. So the problem is, motorcycle, oh, you can't see him. Yeah. All right, so the problem is this clip, ever since I got it, has never really snapped in there appropriately. This clip has, and it's always held. So now that these clips are both starting to fail, when I ride, wind's getting up under here, snapping this open. So as you can see, it's not latched again. And then it catches twice the wind, and all of a sudden, this happens when I'm riding. Now, I reached down the other day and just kept popping it in, but it gets real old having to do that every 5 minutes. So, we're gonna investigate how a lot of people swear they're fixing this. As you can see, maybe, my bike is riddled with plugs and cables, as yours probably is too. These also don't help. This causes this door to push open, and as you can see, I had some rubbing from something, probably this, because Harley had a very poor design when they made this. So let's start fixing this. So originally my first idea was to just remove those and zip tie that thing, because I am the zip tie king. But while I was looking on the internet, a common thing I saw was to remove the clips from the cover side, take the snaps on the motorcycle side, and drill them. And this will allow you to drop actually a zip tie through, but you don't need to latch, so you don't have to cut them every time. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna zip tie this thing. A lot of people online talk like it's important to be able to access it quickly. I don't pull this cover off the bike all that often, so I think it's a big precautionary fucking pointless thing to do. I carry zip ties and cutters on my bike, so even if I do zip tie it, it's not that big of a deal. But I'm gonna try what everyone else is doing first. So let's do it. So now that the seat's off, we can remove these clips. Now, according to the internet, you just get up under them, apparently pull up. So if you can see that, this just pins down into this hole, and this just tucks underneath. Alrighty, same thing with number 2. Just lift back. A little tricky to do this one-handed, and pop it out. So, according to the internet, the goal is now going to be to drill down through this snap, and drop a zip tie through. Now, one issue I'm starting to realize is on this 2016, these are notched out, which I don't think the older models with this chintzy clip style are. So that may present an issue, but it's not the end of the world. Just means we may need to try another method. Next, we need to remove these two tab portions themselves. And they are screwed in, of course, with Torx heads. So I'm gonna need to run down to my shop and get my Torx heads. Let's grab little floggins. Little floggins, you wanna go on a walk? Alrighty, now we're back at the bat cave. Where did I put my tools?
No.
Tools. So, don't need a torque wrench. Don't need Allen keys. But what we do need is a torque set, which I have in here. Looks like these will do. Probably this one. T15, hopefully. And we'll just take the whole thing. So, now we need a 1/4 inch drive. Yep. This should do it. Make sure this is actually 1/4 inch, which I believe it is. Yep. Alrighty, now let's go back to the bike. You want to carry the wrench? Carry this for Dada. Thank you. You gonna work on the Harley with Dada? Let's go up here. Whoop, careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the wrench? Here we have a T15. Hold on. And hey, look, it works. Can Dada see that? These are not on here all that tight. So now that those are out, I'd imagine you just pull these up and whoop, they pop right out. What's that? Are you camera shy? You want to be on YouTube? No. All right. You won't be on YouTube, I promise.
Don't put me on.
Now, for those of you who don't know how to open a bottle, you just firmly grasp it. Oh, made a fool of me. Do you need this open? Is there still a thing in here? This is a pop top.
I know, but I don't know if there's still a thing in it.
Anyways, grab firm and twist.
Yeah.
Now, you want to lift this tab, pull it, throw it on the floor, and return the cap to its proper location. Thank you. Now let's go finish being salty at Harley. Cheap ass motherfuckers. Where'd we leave off? Oh yeah.
Can you go play?
We push this out the way. Now we'll see if this closes anywhere close. Still not. So the problem is actually something else. This just doesn't help. And I do not like leaving this exposed. So, damn. Alright, we'll see. Just in the name of, before I go and drill these, let's put one of these back. Alright, so now that that's returned to its proper-ish position, when we drill, we need to get this slot. So what I'm going to do is put it up and see if this whole drilling shit actually works. And as I thought, no, because you engineers at Harleys are f***ing assholes. Alright, so that didn't work. And this is what the issue is. The videos I watch were for the original style plastic clips, which in my half-assed research I found We're on the early model Sportsters. I don't know when it started. Look it up if you really give a fuck. But this is a 2016, and this is all I'm really concerned with because this is what I'm fixing. So the issue is, if you couldn't tell before, if you couldn't see it before, because Harley notched right here, this is where people were originally drilling the holes that I found online to drop the zip tie in. This isn't going to work for me because how do you drill that which is already cut? Now, one option I do have, which was my original thought, was to just zip tie, run one through here, down through there, through the hole, and bam, zip tie it up. Now, I don't like that idea because, not that I care so much about the cover, I don't want to get any more rust on my frame than I need. So, I don't want this to vibrate or bounce and touch this without some sort of protector. So what I'm thinking is, do my same original plan, but drill between these tabs so I can run the zip tie underneath and through. So we'll try that, and if that doesn't work, maybe I'll just get some double-sided tape and put it here, and the seat should help cover it, but see what we get. Let's head back to the back cave, grab my drill quick, and see what we can come up with. Remember, nothing ever goes as planned. And we're back. So, if this thing would focus, I don't know if you can see that. I went ahead and tapped the hole. Now, the hole is inside the snaps, so I'm hoping that I can feed the zip tie through the hole. Once the snaps are in their location, run the zip tie across here to help protect my paint, through here, and somehow pull it tight, which is going to be a challenge, but fuck it, let's see what happens. It's pretty hard to do this one-handed, so you're not going to see me do it, you'll see the end product. Alrighty, so it worked. Clips are back in, was able to feed it through. It's a little tricky because underneath it wanted to go the wrong way, but enough fishing and you get it. So this one's in, and as you can see here, drops down through. I left the head on top so I can get to it. The seat will also help cover these up. Ran this through the hole. Make sure it's centered with the clip. You're gonna line this up. Ooh, come on. Come on. There you go. Put it through. Obviously, if you don't know how to use a zip tie, you shouldn't be doing anything with yourself. Pull that snug. Oh my goodness. Man. She is tight. Now, because I use the clips, you have a nice little hole that ain't affecting the sturdiness, and you can cut these without damaging your paint. Now, Harley Davidson. I'm not an engineer. I have no degree. But if you want an engineer to stop stupid shit like this, so you quit selling junk on your new bikes, feel free to give me a call. Pay me right, I might just come work for you. All joking aside, it's fixed. We'll snip the top, put the seat back on, and I don't think I'm gonna be reaching over every 5 minutes to put a dang clip back on. Oh wait, my bike's right here. So are my cutters, because I always roll with zip ties and something to cut with. Little floggins, you holding the wrench again? You always helping Dad, huh? Boy, you are so smart. You doing some head work for Dad? You doing head work? Nothing some crusty old Leathermans can't cut. Try to cut them close. Whoop. And one more. What we say, Damon? Say whoop. Whoop. Did Daddy just fix his bike? Alrighty. So, as you can see, secured, through, cut, seat back on, and we'll call this show a wrap. You trying to steal Dada's bike? Trying to hotwire it, huh? Huh? Now, for those of you worried, this is a little ghetto looking, and you don't want to make your bike quite look like a rat rod, there's good news. You really can't tell. For one, nobody looking at your bike cares if you got a zip tie on, because they're probably not going to notice. Unless your bike already looks like a rat, you're not going to be looking at junk like that. You're going to be looking at your paint, whatever you got going on, and trust me, ain't nobody going to notice. Now, second, this might be a ghetto fix, but you really can't tell. Let me show you why. So, because this is black, the frame's black, and I reused the black clips, all I did was put zip ties on that were black. Now, obviously, you can see them, but when you're standing back, you ain't gonna fucking notice. Also, like I said, this seat covers the top of these. One thing I realized is you should make sure you clip off the sharp little edges so they don't pop through your seat, but whatever, they're underneath. So, these grooves that the Harley engineers put in actually work out, because even though this is tight, you're gonna get no slip with either of these. No more battery door coming open. So the last thing I gotta say is, even if your bike's not ghetto, keep something like this on your bike, because you never know what you're gonna need. This has been on my bike since day one.